I'm going to get 1,000. Oh.
That better?
Yeah.
A little bit too high, and kind of sounds like the mic's right in your face. I don't know.
It is.
Okay.
Back off the mic.
Back the fuck up, Williams.
Give some air.
Hang on. Hey, give me a second. Just give me a second. It's all a bit much. I wasn't expecting this.
That didn't sound like a stalker thing to say.
I'm kind of half drunk, half hungover, so you got to bear with me.
See, the problem is it's not late enough for me to actually get drunk for the show, but I'm going to open a beer now anyway.
The problem is I have no alcohol, so I'm going to have tea.
That is a problem.
Draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Evening, guys, gals, and girls, and welcome to episode 39 of the Gamesmen RPG. The games are here to play roles. I'm going to play role your host. I'm Amorous89. With me today, I got multiple people, not just Dan. But the first one is Hardlydan, and the other one from the Boss Wave podcast is Mr. Chris Williams.
Hello.
Guess we'll start off with Chris. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Very short notice.
Yep. I might not have got quite so drunk and hungover today if I'd known, but hey, I probably would have done anyway.
It makes the show much better. Well, Dan, say hi.
Hello.
Okay, that works. We're gonna go straight into it. Chris, how's your week been? We're not doing games yet, just how's your week been up to today?
Well, you know, work's work. We don't really want to hear about that. That's not what nobody wants to. I certainly don't want to talk about it. But yeah, quite a good weekend. I've been to the pub with my dad. We've cycled over to a local cider house and had a few drinks and caught up over a few pints of scrumpy and a cheese sandwich and some crisps. So I've been chilling out with him this afternoon. Had a way too much and then came back and fell asleep on the sofa in front of the Grand Prix. So it's been a pretty tidy day as far as I'm concerned.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's excellent. So, yeah, all good. Nice weekend. How about yourselves?
Well, I've spent a lot of time sleeping and being phoned up by my mother to come and cook dinner for her. That's been pretty much my entire week. And obviously playing games and stuff. But yeah, that's been about it, really. Watching stuff on YouTube and sleeping, really.
Whoa.
Sleeping's good, but unfortunately, some of us have to record impromptu podcasts, in which point...
Yeah. All right, rub it in.
Yeah.
Gary, what about you?
Well, my week was good. Work, everything. A lot of training this week. Try not to fall asleep. And then Friday came around, and my wife has been sick all week, and I finally picked it up on Friday, and I felt like shit. Oh my god, it was horrible. I could barely move. It was that bad. And then yesterday I got a little bit better, but I still had the foggiest head. It felt like I got hit in the head with a sledgehammer, and
yeah, because your allergies have been up as well. You sounded like you were struggling last week.
Yeah, well, that happens. Well, that's kind of with cleaning around the house and everything, all the dust that gets stirred up while we're doing that. I normally wear a mask all the time whenever. Yeah,
I just don't clean. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of cleaning. And then today I feel a lot better, but I just have tons and tons of mucus. It's horrible. I do not like it. I built a bookshelf today. That was fun. Didn't do much else. Cleaned a little bit in the basement. But yeah, that's really been my horrible week. So we'll go in the games now. How about what have you been playing, Chris?
Well, I guess things that I've been doing this week, I've been intrigued by Steve's Wii arcade cabinet that he's been knocking up. That's some cool shit he's got going on there. So, and I thought, I've got an old Wii that's kicking about somewhere that the disk drive doesn't work on it, and I've just been sat there doing nothing. It works with some games, but not the dual layer games, and that's most of the good ones, I think, maybe. But yeah, so I've sort of, he's been giving me some help over Twitter on hacking it and getting it so that I can start to run some homebrew on it and some emulators and that sort of thing. So I've been playing around way too much with that stuff this week, with all these amazing consoles and games and piles of games I've got to play. I'm still setting up on, playing Super Nintendo games. Well, I've got a perfectly good Super Nintendo right there that can also run other games. So absolute waste of time. But
it's very retro lately.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been bad for a long time, to be fair. But it's quite nice having the Wii and just with everything on. You can have everything in one place. And it's convenient. I picked myself up a nice Pro controller to go with it. But in there, it's a bit of PS1 action. So that's I've been doing that yesterday. And you know how these things go when you're faffing around with these sorts of things. It's like PC gaming, isn't it? It always takes longer than you think. You're messing around with files and folders, and before you know it, you've lost 3 hours to just fucking around with stuff.
That's like whenever Dan and I last week were playing Shadow of Mordor and I tried to stream it. We spent just like an hour of Dan benchmarking and going, oh no, this isn't right. I need to change this and fix this. And
Well, I wanted it to look as good as I could get it.
Nobody was watching you.
I know, but I was playing it. Yeah, I put everything up to ultra and then the textures down to medium and it was fine.
Yeah.
By the time you get it sorted, no one's playing Mordor anymore. It's onto the new shit.
Well, I've already stopped playing it, but we'll come to that in a bit.
Yeah, I could that'll slightly move on to that in that that's what I've been playing mostly this week as well. Clearly, I've not been playing as much as you guys because from the sounds of it, you've got a lot further. But I think I've got one more war chief to go, and I've done most of the stuff in the first map area, and I think I've got one story mission to do to move on to the next bit. But I've just been going around clearing up some of the odds and sods today. But what an awesome game! I don't know if you knew, but I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan, but mostly because of the lore and the story stuff. But Mordor really, really, floats my boat. It's got all the cool Assassin's Creed stuff, but I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I was always going to like it. So it's excellent.
That's awesome.
You guys both playing it on PC, I'm assuming.
Yep. Of course.
So do you get all that? There's the stuff where you get to have revenge on other people on your PSN lists. Is there a similar thing on PC? I'm assuming where you can go in and do missions to sort of help people and revenge.
Yeah, I avenged Dan. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I've had that with people I didn't even know. So
yeah.
Okay.
I'll take your XP, whatever it gives you. Yeah.
There's so much, so many people on my Steam list. Like, okay, whoever you are, fine. But yeah. Fantastic.
There is a lot of dying. I mean, I think I'm just at the point where I'm starting to work my way through the abilities tree. I'm sort of over halfway down through those now, so I think everything is starting to pick up with all. It gets to this point where you've got so many things you can do, you just forget what you can do, and I think I don't maybe take advantage of all the things that I've got, and I just play it the idiot's way, and I'm just hammering the sword button and then the block button, and still, oh shit, yeah, I can do all this cool shit as well. Fire arrows, hell yeah.
Yeah, once you get into the second area, you kind of stop the button mashing. You actually start doing like different combos and what do they call it? Execution or whatever.
Yeah. Being able to brand them is pretty handy.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's cool whenever you do it.
What is that's different to giving them a death threat then?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't suppose it
brand them.
counts as a spoiler because you can see it in the options trees. But yeah, instead of draining them, actually you can have it so when you drain them, it brands them as well, and then they'll fight for you.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
a
that,
bit like when you get on top of Caragor.
Oh, those are cool. I mean, that's the thing I enjoy most about this game is getting all the intel of people, and then and just toying with those guys. Just like, are you scared of Caragors? Excellent. Let's fuck this guy up. He's run away. And are you guys the same? If they run away, I'm catching that bastard. No matter what happens, even if he's getting away, I'm chasing. And
I've done that a lot.
I've had a few get away because the bastards are immune to ranged attacks. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's hard. But then also, as you're running trying to get him, you've got like two other guys sort of decide to pick a fight with you. And it's like, fuck off! I'm trying to catch this guy.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet game. I don't know. I mean, again, this may be spoiler territory, but do the environments change much compared to the first area? They do.
Yes.
Somewhat, but not like major.
It's like different enough to make it a bit more interesting because
There's a lot less brown.
Brown and grey. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a concern that it wasn't going to go any further than that, and it's fine as it is, but it's such a good game. I mean, the whole Nemesis system is the whole drive for me. It just makes it so much fun just going through and killing these guys.
And that's what I think's weird about like the 360 and the PS3. Like they don't get that. And Steve was asking me, he's like, what is there to do in the game then if, that's not a part of it?
It's there, is it? Or is it just not as good? I don't know. If they removed it completely?
I have to look it up. I don't know exactly, but I think it's basically like, I think it's randomly chosen and not like if they kill you or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Okay. I don't want to say what's wrong, but apparently it's just not there. Is what I've heard.
Well, I mean, like Seth said the other day, although that's pretty annoying for people who haven't got the next gen console yet or a decent PC, it's quite nice for the people that have to know that there's a benefit. Finally, we're actually starting to see things happening in the games that we couldn't have before.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that you can it shows that these consoles are more powerful because they can actually handle stuff that the old ones can't now.
Yeah.
So is that all you've been playing?
I've been playing a lot of that. What else have I been playing? I've played a bit of The Last Tinker on PS4, which is it's a really colourful, kind of like sort of Jack and Daxter style. It's actually quite an old school sensibilities platformer, which it is a platformer, but it actually the platforming parts of it kind of work like Assassin's Creed, i.e., you hold down one button and he kind of auto runs across everything. But that doesn't detract from it. It's a gorgeous game, sort of, and really cute. I mean, it reminded me quite a bit of Tearaway in its sort of style. Not that it's made of paper, but it almost looks like it's made out of craft or wool or something. But it's really sort of bright colours. You're kind of this monkey-looking guy that's quite athletic. Running around the colour town. It's got. I think they're trying to fit in some sort of racism type stuff in there, and with the different colours. Oh my, yeah, the blues are the best, and it sort of starts to feed in a bit more and more as the story progresses about how all the colours have been separated and everything, and that you've got to bring all that together. But it's a fun little game. Have you guys seen it at all, or know what I'm talking about? I think it might be.
I'm looking at screenshots now. It definitely looks very cartoony.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
I love
it. Have the foggiest.
I think it maybe it's on the PC. They were going to bring it out on the Xbox One as well, but they've decided that the sales weren't good enough on PS4, so they're not bothering. But I picked it up really cheap. I say really cheap, not PC cheap. I'm talking £6 or £7 maybe. But I initially bought it and I played the first level, and the first level is huge, and I think the draw distances on it are quite big, and it suffered really badly from lag and slow down. The frame rate just kept dropping really badly to the point of unplayable. Mm-hmm. And I thought, because I'd heard it was a good game, and I started playing, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's actually broken. But as it turns out, the developers have sort of said, yeah, I know it's a bit shit, but the first level is a really big level, and once you get past that, it gets better. And it does. I've been putting a bit on this. They sort of cram in all the sorts of things you get in platform games these days, stealth and bit of everything really. But it's cute and it's fun. Stupid story that as I say, is maybe going to be a bit deeper later on. No, I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's a nice sort of light, fluffy alternative to some other stuff I've been playing, like Mordor. And works really good on the remote play on the Vita as well. Sort of when you get into bed and just sort of play a couple of levels of a nice sort of chilled out cartoony platformer. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it's on Steam, and I put it on my wish list, so I'll probably pick it up on a sale. Yeah,
if you get it, I'd be interested to know if the frame rate drops are just as bad on the PC, or whether it's because clearly a PS4 should be able to handle a sort of colourful platformer like that, which seems a bit weird. But I don't know, maybe they've fucked it up a little bit. But
bad games time.
Yeah, it's a good game. There. And finally, I've just been playing Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, I think it's called. Is that right? I think that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the old school sort of hack and slash, side-scrolling, beat 'em up RPG type game. Yeah, I think I'm late to the party on that. But yeah, I love those as well. It actually, I hadn't realised because I played Dragon's Crown, which I absolutely love. Have you played that?
Yeah, I got it on PS Plus 2 months ago, whenever it was on there.
Oh, you played it on Vita then?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not quite so good on the Vita, I have to say. But I played it through on PS3, and it's brilliant. But it really is. Chronicles of Mystara is clearly a source for that, because even the way that you're selecting your powers and stuff, and you select your characters at the start, I think they're just sort of riffing on it quite heavily. But in a sort of in a good way, I guess. But that's fun, like branching pathways. I quite like those sort of brawlers. I'm getting into them quite a bit, especially after Dragon's Crown. It kind of got me back into them, just for like switching your brain off and just button mashing. It's quite easy if you don't want something too complicated to play. It's kind of like playing Streets of Rage or something like that, and just sort of hitting a button and killing stuff, and not really having to worry about anything else. So it's good. So that's pretty much all I've been playing this week.
All right, so Dan, what have you been playing?
Well, before I start what I've been playing, I've been watching, mainly last night because I couldn't sleep. I watched, I think it was the first 7 episodes of Extant, which is kind of cool. It's Steven Spielberg TV program. I think he's one of the creators, and it's absolutely awesome. It stars Halle Berry. She plays this astronaut who's did a 13-month space trip, solo trip, and comes back pregnant.
It's funny that you mentioned Halle Berry, because Courtney had on Catwoman yesterday.
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. I've never seen it until then.
That's terrible.
You run out of things to watch.
Well, she was just flipping through stuff on the TV, and that was just on there. Basically, like I said at the computer, like, I'll look up at it, and I was like, why is Catwoman on the TV? She's like, there's nothing on. Oh, there's like gouging your eyes out. You can do that.
Yeah, or, play something. But yeah, anyway, Steven Spielberg, he's the executive producer on this, and it's really cool. She comes back, and stuff happens in space. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. And her husband, chap called John, played by I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce Goran Visnjic. I don't know. No, but let's go with that. Anyway, he's this scientist guy, and they can't have children because there's something wrong with Halle Berry, apparently, her character. And so he makes this robot that looks like a child called Ethan. And it does go a bit down the kind of AI route with that, and can the machine have a soul and things like that. And then there's this other story, obviously, about what happened to Halle Berry's character in space, and there's this big cover up and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a few different genres in there. Obviously, it's got the alien sci-fi and the robotic sci-fi, and then of course the whole kind of body invasion part of it that a lot of people like, especially with things like Aliens
This sounds right on my street.
Bursting out. It's pretty cool. It's on Amazon Prime Instant Video, or whatever it's called. Thing. Mum got a year free, so I'm borrowing her account to watch it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think the second series has been greenlit, and is probably under filming already. But yeah, there's 13 episodes in season 1, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it. It's pretty cool.
Sweet.
How I'm going to watch season 2 and beyond, I don't know, because obviously the Prime account will be ended by then. But I'm sure I'll figure out a way to get hold of them somehow.
There's ways and means.
But yeah, what I've been playing, I completed finally Borderlands 2 last night.
Finally.
Yeah. There's not a huge amount to say about that, really, is there? That's already been said. That's not already been said. It's Borderlands 2. It's been out for ages. Yeah. Well, I thought I'd better complete it because the pre-sequel comes out in a few days. So
I probably won't get that till the holiday, so.
Yeah, I've got a nice voucher for 27% off over at Greenman Gaming, so I shall be using that and buying it for about 20 quid. So, yay! Other than that, obviously, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, I have collected every single plant, killed every single animal in the challenges, because there are different side quests. I've done all of the side quests. I've freed all the prisoners. I've done everything and completed the game, and what a blast. Can't wait for the DLC to come out sometime next year, probably.
Powered up all the weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan and I 100%ed that game in the game and not the achievements, because some of those achievements are kind of ridiculous.
Oh, I'm going to work on those when I play the DLC, I think.
Which will have more achievements.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to have to get DLC because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I got another 27% off voucher for the DLC, so I was like, well, I'd be stupid not to use that. By the time it's that cheap again, it'll be, a couple of years or something, so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, looking forward to that. What else? I've played a bit of Star Citizen, haven't I?
Oh, we should mention that. Too bad Lee's not on for this.
Yeah, for the next, I don't know, I think it's probably about 5 days, basically since CitizenCon, which we're going to be talking about in the news, which was a few days ago now, they're giving everyone that's got access to Arena Commander a week to try out the 5 trainer variants that are there. So you can use the M50, the 350R, the 300i, the Aurora, and the other one, the Hornet. So yeah, you can play around with all of those, and that's pretty cool. I had a go on the M50 last night. Man, that thing handles quick. I kept blacking out. I was going too quick around the track, but I did manage to shave quite a lot of time off my lap time with a crash in there as well. So if I manage to get a clean lap, I should be looking at close to a minute dead, maybe even under a minute. Which is going to be cool. And of course, some more Elite Dangerous. In fact, I was just playing it before we started recording. Loving that game.
You had to restart, huh?
Yeah. I've got about 40,000 now. I'm not doing so much to it this time because Beta 3 starts at the end of the month.
Working in that knowledge is quite hard to sort of throw yourself into it, I guess. But I'm looking forward to Beta 3 because we'll be able to have multiple ships. So I'll be able to, have Cobra in one hangar and on one station and different ships all over the place. Apparently there's no limit to the amount of ships you can have. So apart from the credits you've got, obviously. I'd heard about it. So you can fly into like a spaceship hangar, like a space station, and you're actually still controlling it actively. Yeah. And it doesn't sort of auto land you per se. You can sort of go in and start fucking things up for people and killing like pedestrians or whatever, or
you could try. But they've got incredibly powerful defenses inside those stations.
So as soon as you start kicking off, they
destroy you.
Shit gets real. Yeah.
And they'll destroy you very quickly. I've seen lots of people just getting completely screwed inside space stations for either not requesting clearance to dock or trying to smuggle in illegal goods and things like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, absolutely fantastic game. Did you try it at EGX?
I didn't try it. No, I was gonna. I was watching. I watched Stu Fowler play it, and we had to leave, so I didn't end up queuing for it. But I'm totally sold on it anyway. It's one of those games where I just think, I don't really need to play it to know that I want to play it. But I think if I played it at EGX, I'd have been a bit pissed that I don't have it available. So
yeah, I played it 3 times at EGX.
I think not the only one. I think there are quite a few people that did that sort of went back, went, I got to do it again.
Yeah, well, especially I already had it. When I was sat there, it was like, have you played this before? And I was like, yep. I said, oh, how long? I said, good 70 plus hours. Have you used the Rift? Yeah, I played it with the Rift. Oh, right. What about I've got that stick at home. Right, you know what you're doing then, don't you? I was like, yeah. I was like, there you go. 2 minutes later, I'm like, oh, can I have another go?
So then he went and got in the queue for Minecraft as well.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have done that.
Play all the games you've already got.
Minecraft there, was that running on console or PC?
I've no idea. Probably everything. I think it's pretty much everything by now.
I bet they didn't have any decent mods on it or anything to make it look amazing. It's probably just vanilla Minecraft, and it looks better on my system than vanilla, so I wouldn't have played that. But yeah, that's been about it really. Lots of spacey stuff and fantasy stuff really. Somehow there's a link between all of them, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. But yeah, it's been great fun playing those games this week. So, Gary, you've got a long list of stuff.
It's gonna go over pretty quickly. I'm just gonna put, we're at 44 minutes on recording. So, I just put a couple cents into. Actually, just one other thing in the middle of Mordor. Other than it's fucking amazing. It only took me 20 and a half hours to beat the game with everything. So, seems kind of short. Like, Assassin's Creed can take forever. Maybe this is like the perfect mix of how much you can get, because I didn't have to spend my life, for the next month or so getting everything. So I think it actually worked out pretty well with the collectibles and that.
That sounds good. I like the idea of one of these sorts of games. It's got everything there, but you haven't got to spend hours and hours and hours hunting for stuff like that, because that stuff does my head in. So that's cool. It's good to know. It's not a lot. Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
No, it's just good to know that I haven't got to sort of write off a massive portion of my life just to get that game done.
Yeah.
Still need to do the after stuff in Ni no Kuni. It's so awesome.
I spent about 50 hours, I think.
Which is weird. I think it has to be wrong.
Yeah, I left my system on. Mine says I've been playing it 20 hours, and I haven't. I think I just left it on and forgot about it, and so I have no idea how long I played it for.
Yeah, and I think I have like maybe an hour or two that's just been on. Other than that, beat The Raven: Legacy of Master Thief, and I didn't put Thief in there. That game, the voice acting's really good. The lip syncing's pretty good, except for that god awful woman that's like her mouth is 3 times the size of the huge teeth and like giant mouth and crap. And it was a very first you go like the first chapter and a half as one guy, and then you go back to the beginning of the story and move through it as a different guy, and there's another person in there as well. It's like, so you're seeing stuff from different vantage points and stuff, and it's really interesting. And then there's like this huge twist at the end. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't see that, and it was really awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I would recommend that game to people, and I got it like 50% off, like with one of those coupon things they give on Steam. So I was all excited. A game what?
Does it have anything to do with Edgar Allan Poe?
No. This is The Raven is the name this guy, as a thief, gave himself and stuff. He puts like a raven feather in letters that he leaves and stuff. So yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with Nevermore. Nevermore! And then a game that doesn't have good lip syncing in it is Alien Isolation.
Really?
Yeah, the voice acting's not bad, but the lips don't sync up as well as you would hope for this. I haven't played much of it, so I can't talk much about it, but It looks really good. I haven't gotten to anywhere that's going to be really creepy. Haven't seen an alien yet, so I can't really say anything about it. Controls seem fine. I saw my underwear at the beginning, so that was interesting. Yeah, there's nothing I can really say about it, so I'm just going to move on until I play more of it. I'm debating if I'm keeping it for extra life or if I want to play it for a little bit because I hear it's 20 hours long, and I'm like, fuck. So, we'll see on that for this upcoming week. I kind of want to play it because I'm hearing people play it and stuff, and it sounds cool.
Wait, you can always play it and then do a fresh playthrough for extra life.
Yeah, that's a whole 20 hours I'd have to put into it. I don't think my heart could handle it.
I did 17 hours of Snuggle Truck, man.
Well, yeah, that was probably your mental health that you just ruined.
It's been gone for a long time.
I don't think I can play scary games a second time through because you know where everything's going to be, and it's not as fun.
Well, when I played at EGX, it seemed like it wasn't always exactly the same. There was changes in the paths that the aliens took. And
Well,
the AI is supposed to sort of make it different each time, but whether that's the case or not, I don't know.
but I think what they had at EGX wasn't actually the story. I think it was the game mode or something where it was an objective to get to the end. I think that's what I heard it was. I don't think it was actually playing in the game.
oh yeah, I know, but the AI would have been the same.
Yeah.
Did you get a rezzed, Dan?
No.
Because I played it there. I just was wondering if it's the same demo as they had at EGX, but pretty straightforward. Get from A to B without getting killed. And surprisingly how hard that is. Okay.
Yeah, and I heard
you've
people
got a
die in 10
flamethrower,
seconds and shit.
Yeah, I died a lot.
Yeah, I do need to give that a shot. Maybe that's what I should do. Just try to make it through there. Anyway, other than that, another game that came out was, and I didn't get to play it a lot last week because of Mordor, is Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. I made it through the first case, and I'm on to another one that I don't know from any of the things I've heard or listened to, so I'm guessing this is fresh. I'm not sure. It's probably just something out of another book that maybe I didn't listen to the audio stuff yet. Voice acting's good, lip syncing's good, and I think what they're doing to keep it out of the bad shit voice acting that they had in the other games is I haven't come into a large group of people where random people on the side are just talking. So we'll see.
Blimey, Governor.
I love it.
I saw it at EGX, and like sort of the character models look really detailed and stuff, but then it kind of looked a little janky. Is it play okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's actually better than the last Sherlock Holmes game that I played, so they're improving. It doesn't mean it's the best out there, but it does what it needs to for a basically a point and click game. But you can go from third person to first person, and I like to play it in first person. It helps me for finding the stuff better. And they gave him, like, superpowers, kind of, where he has this, it's kind of like detective vision, where it kind of goes darker, and you can, if there's something that you can go to, like, text will pop up out of it, like, it says, like, floorboard, or, like, something floorboard, like, movable or something, it's loose or whatever. Yeah. So that kind of shows up, and then you can find stuff. It doesn't highlight it, which is cool, so you can still have to search. And like there was one part I was looking around, looked on the floor, oh, there's scuff marks, and then like when in detective vision it says something about that, and then like I go over this flour bag and it's like move the flour bag and you find this shit. So it's interesting because, well, I try to think like Sherlock Holmes whenever I'm playing the game. So it's interesting. Now, one thing that I think they went back on, I've seen videos of it. I'm going to have to show you guys it. I think it's called like some like Creepy Watson or something like that. And this guy in like the older games, I think it was actually The Awakened. The guy walks away from Watson. He's on the other side of the screen. And then he walks like 2 steps, turns around, he's right in his face. And I'm noticing that a lot with this game. Like, I'll turn around, and Watson's running back and forth across the room, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I wish I
On a mind of
would
his
have.
own.
Yeah, I wish I would have got a bunch of screenshots whenever I did, but he stopped doing it whenever I went to. But I did catch him. He was like twitching in the like he was walking in place, kind of. And I got some screenshots of that. I showed Dan. I'll put a link in for you to see in a little bit. But yeah, that game is pretty interesting. The first case went out the same way, and well, this is kind of weird. You can either absolve somebody, or oh damn it, what the hell, condemn them, and like they either get arrested or you let the guy get away, and then other stuff can happen. And like I did it the first way, and it's like, do you want to redo it? I was like, sure, let's see what happens if I do it the other way. And then like extra stuff happened after that, so it's like seeing what happens here and there is really interesting. So that game is pretty cool. Also played some Bastion last night, and just trying to move through that slowly, trying to get through it. Kirby's Triple Deluxe I played some of this morning after I woke up. I just grabbed it, played through one of the like a world and a half of that. Play a little bit of Super Smash Brothers 3DS with my brother, and he kicked my, well, he didn't really kick my ass. We were pretty even. I hated the map we were on because I played it earlier just doing like the rush mode, and you go to a stage after you finish it, and it was the Donkey Kong stage, and like whenever I was playing against the computers, I kept throwing myself into the water, and like if you go into the water, it like throws you off the screen, you're dead. So I only did that once playing my brother, and we got like, he got all 3 kills on me, and I got 2 on him, so it wasn't too bad. I was actually surprised he didn't kick my ass as bad as I thought. And played some Mario Kart 8 with Steve last night, Steve and Ben, and that was a lot of fun. That's like Saturday night thing, if people, Steve can get everyone together. Didn't have too many last night, of course. Courtney had me watching Doctor Who, so I couldn't get on until like an hour later anyway, so there may have been more people on. And the last thing that I played was Hyrule Warriors. Played some more of that. That game is awesome. I play with different characters in it, and I'm still loving that game. Like the mix between Warriors and Zelda is awesome.
Is it quite button mashy though? Is it?
Yeah, that is what a Warriors game is.
Properly sort of die.
Yeah, and you're just tearing through all these enemies in the Zelda world, and it's amazing. All the Staphos and goblins and everything. It's so much fun. And then like the main bad characters, and like I killed Goma, and I killed King Dodongo that you do in Ocarina of Time. So it's awesome to see like these monsters remade and killing them different ways. And instead of throwing one bomb in King Dodongo's mouth, you throw like 6, and it's just awesome. It's fun.
Is there a decent sort of upgrades of your weapons and stuff in that game? Because I can imagine if you've just got a sword for like 20 hours, that's going to be a bit boring. Is it got some cool stuff?
Right now with Link, I have the sword, and then the fire rod. And then I was playing through with the fire rod, like you got different kind of attacks that happen with that. And it's kind of cool. It turns into a flamethrower if you do this one combination. Fucking awesome. And then like Impa has a giant like samurai sword kind of thing. Zelda, actually I can't play as Zelda yet, but she has like a rapier and probably the her light arrows and stuff, I'm sure. And then there's another character, I forgot her name, but she has a spell book, and she does magic and shit like that. I played as her, and it was a lot of fun. She's like throwing like pages around everywhere and like killing all these enemies. It was hilarious. They're all getting paper cuts. But yeah, like each character has their different kind of style to them, and there's a lot of different characters you can play as. So a lot of different variety. It's really cool. I want to get into adventure mode because it's like the whole original Legend of Zelda map, and like each square is a different objective or something you have to do. So I want to see how that goes. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. It's awesome. And then the last thing I want to say, I kept this away from Dan. My friend just randomly texted me yesterday and goes, I just saw my Vita. Do you want it? I don't want it anymore. I was like, for free, I'll fucking take it. So I'm getting another Vita.
What?
For free.
What? What's wrong with that guy?
He just buys stuff and then, I wish that, like, the Wii U was, not region locked, because I'd just, like, be like, hey, if you don't want your Wii U, I got a friend over in the UK that'll take it. Because, like, he gave me three Wii U games to play, and then he's like, oh, I bought them again on PS4 or whatever. I was like, okay, I'll fucking keep them. Like, it was Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Assassin's Creed 4, and I can't remember what the other one is. But, I played through Assassin's Creed 4, and then, I still need to play through Blacklist and that shit.
Blacklist's really good. I like that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play it. I just haven't done it yet. I will eventually. But yeah, free Vita for me, so I'm going to have 2 Vitas. So I'm excited. And maybe I'll give it to somebody else or my wife if she wants it to play something. Because I'm sure something Kingdom Hearts is going to come to it and she's going to want to play it. I'm hoping he has a big memory card because I haven't dove in and bought like a 64 gig yet. Because those are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I'm rocking the 32 at the moment. It seems to be plenty for me. It generally stays full, but all you got to do is delete one massive game. Things like Persona Golden is like 4 gig, and then you delete that, and you can fit about 400 of regular sort of PSN games on there. So, yeah, there's loads of space on those 32 gig cards. And I don't know how expensive they are, but they've got to have come down by now. Like
a 64 is still like $90 or something.
Apparently, the Vita itself is region free, but the PSN accounts that are on it are tied to the region.
Yeah, I've had trouble because you can't get Netflix on the one in the UK, which isn't the end of the world, seeing as I've got an iPad. Well, my wife's got an iPad. But I was trying to sort of get an American account put on it because there's also all sorts of other games like PS1 games like Chrono Cross and things like that never came to the UK, and I was thinking, all right, I'll download those and play them on the Vita, but there's no way of doing it, and there's all sorts of things on the US store that I can't get hold of, like Castlevania Deluxe Chronicles and things that I really want to play on my Vita and just can't because there's no way of crossing over stuff.
So if I just wipe the whole thing and send it to Dan, then I could actually do that?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah, you can only have one profile on it, really. I think at any one time. So
Dan may have a Vita. He's like, yes.
It also seems that it's actually stupidly easy to take the region lock off a Wii U as well.
I don't trust doing that.
Well, that was the joy with getting my Wii sort of hacked as well. It means that I can put the GameCube up in the loft and I can play all my American GameCube games on it as well, and not have to worry about using a freeloaded disc and all this malarkey. So it's quite cool. But I want a Wii U as well. I know it's a bit weird. Quite a lot of people are wanting it at the moment, but there's so many cool games. I mean, have you played the Donkey Kong game, Gary? Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, I played a few of the levels. That was out
really
whenever I was
game.
playing something else, and I haven't gone back to that one yet. There's so many, like, over 2 weeks ago now, right? Whenever Shadow of Mordor came out, like, that came out, Sherlock Holmes came out, Alien Isolation came out this week, or last week, and I'm like, I don't know what to play, and then, like, got Hyrule Warriors right before everything came out, so I'm, like, dying these last couple months, just don't know what I want to put in. So I'm just, like, playing, like, an hour of everything if I can.
Yeah, that's the worst. It's nice to be able to set yourself to something and finish it like you have with Mordor, but yeah, too much to play.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for what I've been playing. We've been playing. Everyone's been playing in the world. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with the news. we were back, and it's time for some news. Dan, you can start it off with some Assassin's Creed love.
Yeah, Resgate, or whatever you want to call it. Assassin's Creed Unity locked to 900p on all consoles. Loads of people have been blaming the Xbox One for that, and saying, "Oh, you're holding back our console."
Well, that was the whole shit before.
Yeah, I know, but they're still going on about it as well. And apparently, it's not the case. Ubisoft senior communications manager Gary Steinman is trying to clear the air about it, especially with the frame rate and resolution issues. He says, "Let's be clear up front. Ubisoft does not constrain its games. Yes, you do. Your PC ports are terrible." Anyway, there's more stuff. Basically, there was a post this week quoting stuff saying that the Xbox One and PS4 versions would run at 30 frames per second and have a resolution of 900p, so that Ubisoft could guarantee the same experience for all its users. Apparently, the reason isn't really that. Apparently, the team has dedicated much of the past few months trying to optimize Unity to reach 900p with a constant 30 frames per second, considering the sheer number of pixels that are being around at all times, which affects both the CPU and GPU. That's a significant achievement. He also goes to note that as with all hardware, it becomes easy to optimize with more experience in software middleware solutions. That only comes with time. So it's actually... It's not because of anything. It's because they're trying a lot of new things and they impact the performance. And if you look at the videos, Paris is by far the most densely populated city they've ever done in Assassin's Creed. And with the better textures, it turned out that when it came to delivering 1080p frame rate with 60 frames per second on screen, it was really hard. So they had to sacrifice something, and resolution and frame rate had to drop, basically. But it still looks amazing.
Some people have been saying also that it's quite hard to tell, but they're not the only people that have said it. Ubisoft aren't, that things running at 30 frames can actually look better for certain games, and it can look more like a film.
They say it makes it look more cinematic. I don't think it does.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see. It does seem like a concession, doesn't it? But, yeah, but certain things can look a little bit weird when they're running at 60. I think, maybe I don't know whether that's, but it's hard.
Yeah,
to tell.
You can get a problem with differences. But even if you go from 30 to 29, you'll start noticing even more lag. Not lag, but shifts as the refresh rate of the screen and the video or whatever's playing doesn't quite match. So it's annoying. But yeah, okay, these consoles, they're fairly new. Loads of people haven't really figured out the best way to do everything. There aren't that many middleware solutions at the moment that run brilliantly on the one on the one and the four, I guess. But yeah. I just hope it'll run much nicer on the PC, but knowing Ubisoft, it'll probably still be stuck at 900p and 30 frames per second. But
there'll be a patch of some sort that you'll be able to put in there, or there'll be something.
Talking of patches, the next bit, which is kind of the same thing, which is why I've added it. Loads of people were pissed off about Final Fantasy 13 on its PC release, which was a couple of days ago.
Shit.
Well, yeah, but because it was locked at 720p. But it's already been modded, and I can't remember where I've put the link now. Brilliant. Someone's already modded it, so it'll run at 1080p, and it looks quite a lot better. So there'll be a link to the Polygon site where we got this from, which has a nice little video, so you can see the difference. But yeah, PC modder Peter Thornman, he's basically played around with it. He's the guy that unlocked the enhanced graphic options for Dark Souls as well. He created a version of the tools for Square Enix for Final Fantasy 13 like hours after it released, and apparently it works really well. You can get the pre-alpha set of tools, but the application itself warns use at your own risk. And it gives you a number of options for resolution, anti-aliasing, and other settings. So that's kind of cool. So if you have gone and bought Final Fantasy 13 and you're pissed off with the fact that it looks like crap, you can sort it out. So yay!
And let's be fair, the one thing it's got going for it does look nice.
Yeah, it's going to look better on 1080p though, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, what have we got next? I believe that's Chris.
Yeah, I was just going to mention this retro game collection that's gone up for auction on eBay. Some guy called Real Big Fish has got an awesome collection of mostly Nintendo stuff, I think. He's selling it for $164,000. And yeah, I think my wife would kill me if I bought it, because that's a fair old whack. But I've just been looking through some of the pictures of what these guys got, and it's insane. I'm so jealous. I mean, my collection is paltry. I've only got 20 odd games of each system, and this guy's got it's 5,700 games, 835 of them are Nintendo games, NES games, 744 Super NES, 492 Genesis, and loads of PlayStation, Xbox, and all sorts of other stuff as well. So he's got some nice stuff in there. He's got like full collections of all the Zeldas, and I think he's got full sets for most of the systems.
And just the walls are filled up with games, and oh my god!
Yeah, who needs wallpaper when you've got shelves?
I know, and it's just they're just the carts as well, just sort of side by side, and it just jammed full, and it looks amazing. I'm just so jealous. I don't know what. He's also got some quite cool odds and sods going in there. So he's got like a lamp that's made out of a NES zapper, and some other sort of quite cool one-offs that he's got in there, and some of the more rare stuff as well. So,
yep, it's got 6,294 people watching it at the moment, and he's got 100% positive feedback. So I guess you can trust the guy. But yeah.
You have to get like a goddamn shipping container full sent to your house.
Yeah, it's getting something along the lines of 1,533 views per hour on eBay at the moment.
Ridiculous.
So he's going to do all right out of it, I'd have thought.
Well, it is just buy it now, so it's if somebody buys it. So
I'd be really I wouldn't be selling it if I was him.
The price is just going up and up every year. I mean, even if he holds off a couple of years, I mean, maybe he needs the cash. But
yeah, that's the only reason why, I guess. You know, something's happened, he needs to raise the cash, but geez, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want a new house. Well, clearly, based on he needs an entire room for it, which you would. And I'm guessing with all the boxes and everything that go with all these things, that's a second room somewhere. He's got them all stashed away somewhere. It's a lot of space.
Well,
yeah.
He even has like a document of every single game, and if it comes with a case of manual and all this stuff, it's just crazy. I want it. Courtney, can I have can I get a $164,000 loan?
Well, the rate I'm going, it's going to take me at least another 6 months to get that many retro games together. So that'll be nice.
It's like every gamer's dream to actually have like all these damn games.
They take up a lot of space though, and having the consoles all set up, I've got a retro gaming desk which has got 3 drawers down each side, and each drawer has got a different console set up on it. All the wires go out the back to a CRT TV and a HD TV. So you just slide out a drawer, flip the console on, and off it goes. So, but that's the consoles. The games is another matter. I think that's where I'm lacking, and you know, that's where I'd be in trouble if you had masses and masses of racks full of games taking up your entire house. You know, it's just
I would love to do just like a room where it has like a TV per console, and like it just goes around the room and shit. And then I have a crazy idea for the stuff I want to do, because I have most of the old systems. I just need to set them up.
NES games alone. In that list, there is 755. A lot of them are doubles, so he's got like 3 copies of the first Zelda, for example. But yeah, it's nuts. and just scrolling through the doc that he's made. It must have taken him bloody ages to type it all out.
He may have been keeping like track since he like got the games and just added to the list and everything. He probably started doing that a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know Shelby from Nintendo Oki, I think he has like a list of all the games he has and everything. He has over 1,000 games or something.
I think he's got every single Game Gear game.
Wow. That's a claim to fame.
Oh, man. All right, let's keep moving, because I know Chris wants to get out here sometime.
Sorry, he's only got 2 PS Vita games, though.
Damn it.
God.
Okay, next up.
So this one's going to the Xbox One, and apparently it's their parity clause. And apparently it's supposed to make Xbox One owners feel first class. Because they're special. Anyway, Phil Spencer says this about the parity clause. The thing I worry about is because I look at all the people who buy an Xbox and they invest their time and money in Xbox One, and as millions of people obviously own Xbox Ones, I want to make them feel like they're first class, because they are. And then he also says, when a third-party game comes out, it comes out on all platforms. Bullshit. Watch Dogs? Fuck off. Anyway, sorry. As soon as I read that, I just got so angry. Anyway, comes out on all platforms at the same time, and when indie games come out, I want them to come out, and I want Xbox to feel like it's a first class citizen when an indie game launches. I don't get it. I don't see why, indie games should make it come out like that.
Yeah, I understand they want to make their customers feel special, but doing it to the detriment of the platform and to lose out on games because of it seems short-sighted. But I think it's maybe this parity clause. I don't think it's in action as much as everyone thought initially. I don't think it's causing as many developers to shy away from it. I think initially quite a lot of people, just out of pure spite because of it, was saying, "Oh, well, Xbox is going to be like that. I'm going to go to Sony," which meant Sony's got quite a lot of exclusive indie stuff. But and some might argue some of it's not up to scratch because of it, because Sony are just like, hey, bring in the indie stuff, and just like dumping loads of stuff on. But I think that they're generally a relatively decent quality they're bringing in.
Now, is this saying that indie games can't just launch on Xbox One?
No, I think they had to come out at the same time. I think it was what it was. They had to release at the same time or before on Xbox One. Okay,
so if it comes out on PS4 first, it's not allowed to come on Xbox ever.
They don't want our sloppy seconds. Yeah. So.
That's so dumb. It's like, okay, if it comes out just for us, we're fine, but if it doesn't come out with us first, screw you. It's like you're cutting off some pretty great games, you know.
It does seem a little childish, but as I say, I don't think maybe they're sort of enforcing it as much as they sort of initially sort of said, but just because, like you say, they're cutting off the nose to spite the face. They're going to lose out on some really good content if they do that. And
like Grim Fandango's coming out on PS4. Are they going to cut that out if they come over to Xbox? I know a lot of people are excited to play that.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait to play it.
I can't.
Yeah, so
it's going to be great. I haven't played it for years.
Like, if you cut that game off, it's probably going to make a lot of Xbox people unhappy. But I don't see people, just getting a, say, PlayStation 4 for that game, or, a lot of indie games aren't going to make people just jump over. Like Minecraft coming out. That's not going to make people jump on. It would be kind of funny if we saw a spike in PS4 because it came out a day earlier than the Xbox One. But yeah, that's really it for that, I think. Dan, talk about, or gush over your next piece.
Okay, so world record-breaking Star Citizen have their CitizenCon every year. This is the second one, on the second birthday of Star Citizen's crowdfunding start. And yeah, there was quite a lot of stuff they showed. It started off with a kind of roundup of what had happened in the past 2 years, and they were really trying to make everyone that was there feel important by saying this is what you've helped to create, and And I suppose we have, because it's been entirely backed by the people that are playing the game, that want to buy the game and want access to it. It's in the Guinness Book of Records now, which is pretty nuts. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Everyone that's been backing them we've given 280 people jobs, which is kind of nice. But the best stuff was some of the videos. They showed 10 minutes of the planet side stuff that's happening, where you'll be able to go and land on a planet, and they show you the process of landing on the planet, and then he starts walking around it, and it's all very rough shots. And unfortunately, the video, which will be in the links in the show notes, isn't brilliant because it's a stream of what was happening. It's not the direct footage straight from the TV from the PC playing it, but it was streamed via Twitch, and then this guy who's made the video put it on YouTube.
Is this the first time the plant side stuff was shown, like actual video of it?
There's been a little bit, little teasers, but this the first time there's been that much of it shown. We've seen like one of the shops and things, and a little bit of walking around, but not much. But yeah, it's looking absolutely fantastic. They were talking about what's happening next year. This year, by the end of the year, we should have the Arena Commander 1.0, so it'll be finally in alpha or beta, one of the two. It's kind of pre-alpha at the moment, so I guess that will be the alpha. And they're working on having some of the planet side stuff ready, hopefully for the end of the year. And then going on to next year, there's more stuff coming on. There's the multi-cruise ships that you'll be able to walk around in, Arena Commander 2.0, and Squadron 42. That's what I can't remember. The single-player part of the game, that is going to start coming to us next year in an episodic kind of format. I think there's 10 episodes, and once they start coming out, they'll be coming out every 3 months. Apparently, Chris Roberts said that if he was going to make a Wing Commander game now, Squadron 42 is kind of what it would be, but it's also a bit more than that as well in the level of scope. So that's pretty damn cool. And the planet side.
Or not?
No, I don't know. I might do. I don't know. He said that there are some famous people getting involved with it and sort of writing the stories and also acting in it. So you never know. I think it's keeping some of that tradition from the old series. But yeah, he also went on to say that Squadron 42, as it stands, when it's finished, he would happily hold it up to any AAA console game. It's going to have about 50 hours of content in it, and apparently it's going to be absolutely top-notch. And that's just one little segment of the entire game. So it's going to be awesome. So yeah, check out the video. That'll be in the show notes. Obviously, you can have a look, and if you put in CitizenCon 2014, you can watch the whole 2 hours, like I did last night. Some of it's skippable, to be honest. But yeah, well worth checking out. Some 10 lucky bastards there won a really nice graphics card. But never mind. That's kind of it. CitizenCon. It was there. It was good. And I want to go next year.
Where are they holding it at?
It was in San Francisco, I think.
Oh, yeah, you'll be going to that.
Well, last year it was in Germany.
Oh, okay, so it moves around.
Yeah. So
maybe
we'll
it'll
see.
be in London.
You never know. North Devon would be better. Well, I could rent out Lundy Island and just have it there. The whole island.
Just write them a letter. Please bring it here. I want to go.
I don't have any money. Can you do it in Paracombe? There's a really good pub next door. God. You can use the village hall. But yeah, that's it. CitizenCon, it was brilliant. There's loads of stuff coming. It looks amazing. If you're not interested in that game, then you're a fool. Or a console owner, because it will never come to consoles. Sorry. Okay, what we got next?
We've got a story about China. Hooray!
Plates.
Sony's going to China. It's hot on the heels of Microsoft getting the Xbox One out there earlier this year. Sony have gone, we're getting some of that action as well. That's 1.25 billion people that we want to get our console to. Unfortunately, it looks like that they've only got about 200,000 initially PS4s they're gonna get out in the first year, but they are actually starting to get them out this year in December. They're starting to roll it out. So Microsoft have obviously got the Xbox One in there, and I think they've got a good selection of games given the parameters they're working within. There's quite a lot of the content in a lot of the games that we know and love. Those games aren't going to make it there clearly, but there's a lot of scope for some good games. Sony are on catch up, so we'll see. That we clearly with kind of Japan are out of the picture for Microsoft, and as it seems, the Japanese are also sort of focusing more on smartphone games and things now rather than consoles per se. So even the sales of like the Vita and the PS4 have been pretty lax this year. It's definitely a booming market for them. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, I saw that Xbox One sold 100,000 in its first week, so we'll see what happens with that.
In China, that's really well. It's the first console in 24 years.
I think it's 14. I don't think it's 24.
It's 2000.
Since 2000. Yeah. So, that's it must be amazing. They'll be like, wow, look at the graphics.
Yeah, they'll get to play The Last Tinker, but I don't think they're going to get to play Shadows of Mordor for some reason. Yeah,
I don't think they'll be able to play. I've completely forgotten what it was. That thing that's just been re-released for the Xbox and PlayStation 4.
Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs,
yeah. Yeah, that stuff never gonna make it in. Nah. What we read out last week, they're not letting many games through. So, yeah. But we'll see. I mean, people are buying them. Hell, I'm sure there'll be something eventually.
Yeah, well, they've got another 70 games coming to the Xbox One, haven't they? So.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, I guess there's like we were saying with the indie games, there's a hell of a lot of games for the PS4 now already. And that's just going to keep coming, and a lot of those are probably going to be acceptable. I don't know how they're sort of going to be set for PlayStation Network downloadable games, etc., or whether it's
they'll probably have to have their own network.
With that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's some guy's job in China to vet all these games to see if they can be playable or not in China. Lucky bastard.
The pressure though, you know what it's like. Think of how many games we're trying to get through, and he's got to play them all through to completion just to check there isn't a fuck or a stabbing in it at all, accidentally, right in the end credits. Oh no.
Yeah, it's right at the bottom in tiny. China sucks. No, I'm sorry. I was fine until that.
God. Well, something like that they could probably just take out, but
they won't be listening to this in China. Terribly sorry.
Maybe they cut that out of the episode, and all those happy 1.25 billion people can listen to the show.
I wonder how many people from China we actually get to listen. I'll have to look at that next time I look at the stats. So is that it for China and Sony?
I think that's it. That's all we know. Updates later.
Well, there's not much about this. I just saw it and went, why again?
Well, we have been following this story, haven't we? So
yeah, I mean, following it is very, very loose. Oh man, I could have made a whore. Never mind. So,
you could have made a whore. Okay.
God. Anyway, Lindsay Lohan continues to go after GTA. Again, GTA 5, thinking that or saying that Lacey Jonas is made after her image and everything, and throwing up the peace sign and all this shit. God. So, apparently her first complaint was only 10 pages long, which I think that's a long complaint anyway.
It depends what font.
Yeah, it's like 64 now. Because now she resubmitted her complaint in 67 pages against Take-Two and GTA and shit. So, or Take-Two, and Rockstar. But yeah, it's like, God. She just won't quit.
She's got nothing better to do. She's not making any.
Somebody
any
hire her
films,
for some stupid movie. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I really need to put in there is she's going after it again. And I don't know, they're going to keep trying. And she's going to have double the pages because she's going to double the font. I don't know. Yeah, so keep going, Lindsay. We'll see you. Dan.
Do they do rehab for people keep trying to sue the same person and failing?
Rehab?
Yeah.
How do you rehab that? Just slap her on the head like she grabs the pen and write her complaint. Yeah, no! Bad!
Okay, this next bit, I expect Bobby will be travelling to London to check this out. There's a place opening in London called Meltdown, and it's the UK's first esports bar. It sounds geeky, and it is, but then so's this podcast, so woohoo!
I want to go.
Yeah, it's in... It's an esports bar. It's a small French chain that have opened it up there, and this guy said I wanted to provide an offline space for gamers. Duncan Morrison, 27, the bar's founder. I was living in Paris, where there is more developed esports scene. My flatmate started the French one. When I moved back, I opened one here. Business has been good. Interest has grown noticeably since we opened, and there's a real sense of community. Inside, there's not much in the way of furniture, but plenty of electronics. There's a bank of computers where you can play Dota 2 and probably other stuff as well, because, they're PCs. And they've got screens showing off the matches that are going on, League of Legends and whatever else. So it sounds pretty cool. I might have to check it out anyway. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you're into esports, StarCraft, anything like that, League of Legends, Dota 2, and you're in London and you feel like a pint and watching some people play or playing yourself, then go there. It's good. So yeah, check it out. Could be fine.
Oh, please don't play with yourself while having a pint.
Yeah, you don't want sticky keyboards. Woohoo! We've got an esports bar. It's blooming miles away from me. See if I can open one in Barnstable, perhaps.
That'd be interesting. Hey, you could have your own place. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Barnstable's a bit shit though, isn't it?
It's getting better. It's better than Ilfracombe. Ilfracomb's horrible.
Oh, Ilfracomb's worse, yeah. Yeah. It's all about the Willicombe.
Yeah, Woolacombe or Croyd's pretty nice.
Morthoe, to be more precise.
Yeah, I like the campsite at Morthoe.
North Morthoe.
Yeah, North Mort campsite. Yeah, I've been going there for years.
We used to go there since I was a kid. We went every year for like 20 years. So, yeah, know it well.
Yeah, I go there with a group of mates every now and then for like a weekend of beer and surfing. It's good.
In the Red Barn.
Yeah, it's really expensive in there now. You're looking at like £5 a pint.
They do excellent Hawaiian burgers, though.
Well, true.
Hells yeah.
But if you go to the Thatch over in Croyd, you can get super cold Thatcher's Gold that's almost like a slush puppy.
Weird. Nah.
It's good.
Don't need ice. Get that ice out of my cider.
No, it's ice from the it's the cider that's gone slushy. It's not extra ice. So you don't get any extra water in there. It's just, slushy. It's really good.
I like my cider warm. Warm and dirty.
Warm and flat with a bit of cloud in it.
Sound like Gollum. I like mine.
My
warm and squishy.
Okay, anyway, Meltdown, cool. North Devon, brilliant. What have we got next in the news?
Oh, we have, Look, which we kind of knew, but they've just, I think Naughty Dog have tweeted out some more images of the new ruggedly handsome, I must say, Nathan Drake, looking ultra real, and a little bit older.
I don't really like it. Like, he doesn't look like Nathan Drake. He looks completely different. Even if he got older, like he looks a lot different than I remember him looking.
Yeah, in a kind of the same way that when they changed the way that Lara Croft looked for the two different versions of that game, it was like, that's the same but different, and it's just a little bit too different. I haven't got a problem with it. I think, once I start playing the game, the voice will be there, the charisma will be there, and all of that, within a short period of time, I'm sure he's looking in the pictures that we've seen. He's looking particularly, and the short clips we've seen, he's looking pretty sorry for himself, isn't he? Or he's not looking is sort of having fun, quippy Han Solo guy we know and love. So it'd be good to see him in the actual game and to see how that develops.
I think he looks more Indiana Jones in this. Like he's definitely, you can tell he's definitely older.
But it'd be good to see what they do with the other characters as well. And
is Sully going to be dead? I know he's in it. I think I saw something he's in it.
Yeah.
He's going to be ancient.
Can't wait. That's what I got a PS4 for, really. It's just going to be way too long. When's that game coming out? Like 2016, 2017?
Yeah, I don't even think it's the end of next year. I think it's like... Oh, God. Yeah, I thought it was the end of next year, but I think it's later. Still.
Yeah, that's a shame. Cool. So, yeah, Nathan, looking hot, dude. Can't wait to meet you.
Chris would so get boned by Nathan Drake.
I'm his bitch.
Oh, God. Well, last piece of news, which I'm kind of excited about because I said that Octodad was too short. Well, apparently there's 2 more stories or levels or something that are going to get added for free DLC. And one's called Medical Mess and one's called Dad Romance. And Medical Mess is a short hospital skit, and then Dad Romance is going to cover the first meeting with his future wife Scarlett. I can't wait. And then it's aboard the Cod of War. So,
excellent.
Oh man, I loved the game. It was a lot of fun, but like it was only 3 hours long, I think, just to beat the game, and it was like $15. So it's good that they're actually giving some more stuff for free. I really am gonna enjoy that. And Octodad is just crazy stupid fun.
I still didn't pick it up. I don't know why. It was actually quite cheap. I played it at EGX last year, but I don't know. I never played it.
If you can get it for a $5, I would get it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because it's pretty good.
It's crazy. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Just people like watching you and shit, and then trying not to be seen as an octopus, even though you're clearly a fucking octopus. It's awesome.
It's just the controls. I just remember me and Bongo trying to work out how to control it all, and we're just laughing at the fact that neither of us could do it. It's like, what am I doing? Just like you're picking up pretty much everything that you walk past accidentally, and like smacking yourself around the head with chairs, and it's just like complete chaos. I've
heard people that tried to do like the co-op stuff. I'm like, how the hell? Like I could barely do it on my own.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I should do it. Like I should just have Courtney have the controller and I have a controller and just play around with it. But yeah, before we get off the news, I believe Chris, you said you have to go.
I do. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to love you and leave you. But it's been very nice to be on. Thank you so much for having me.
Giving us a quickie.
Yeah, just a quickie. That's all I'm good for. But if you want more, if you can't get enough, then you can head over to bosswave.net and catch us on the Bosswave podcast. Myself,
we'll have links in the show notes for you guys.
And yeah. So yeah, I love you guys. You're a fantastic show every week. I listen, and you are awesome every week. And yeah, looking forward to being on again. Maybe getting you guys on one of our shows at some point.
That'd be cool.
I remember the thing you wanted to talk about whenever you talked a couple weeks ago on your show or on Twitter, whatever it was Dragon Age, and you didn't even mention it this time because you haven't been playing it.
I haven't been getting on very well with it. I played about an hour, and then I went back to it about a week later and played another hour, and I didn't really get on with it, and I really expected that I would. I thought that it was going to be my game, and I think I still need a little bit more time. I think I just need to push over the hill and just get and I'll be into it and I'll love it. But it's just a little bit too janky maybe for me.
It is hard or it was at least hard for me to get into. So we'll have to have a talk another time about that. Maybe we can see what's wrong because I hated it at first.
Yeah, I did as well.
I think it's getting used to the fighting. I mean,
yeah.
I want I don't mind. I love my JRPGs. I love sort of turn-based stuff, and I love sort of strategy type stuff as well. And it's sort of a combination of that. But I find myself sort of hammering the hit button. It's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. And it's very tactical. And I think I just need to reassess how I'm playing it and give it a bit more of a chance. But yeah, maybe I'll play it on PC when I get my super shit hot gaming PC sorted.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, it was great having you on.
I'll come to you for some help. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the show, guys. And I'll catch you soon.
Peace out.
Great. Thanks for it. Bye.
Okay.
All right. So with him gone, we're going to take another quick little break. And we will be back with Quest of the Week, TGM checks. And we're going to get out of here. So we'll be back in a little bit.
Dig my hole, you build a wall. Dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill. Someday those tears are gonna spill.
Alright, we're back, and it's time to do the Quest of the Week, which was, what do you think of Windows 10's Beta Permissions Policy Disclaimer? That's a mouthful. And we had one answer from Miss JS's Lifelike, and Dan, you can take that.
Yeah, well, he says, aren't you supposed to be providing metrics in a beta anyway? I think there should be a cause for alarm if it carries over to the RC, the retail copy. Maybe it's just me, but I don't care less about an OS unless it has some glaring deficiency. They should use telemetry wisely. Just be happy they're not making you beta test Connect 3.0 alongside. Yeah, it all depends on what they do with the data, I guess. And, I don't know if I trust them. I certainly wouldn't be doing any banking whilst testing Windows 10. Because I don't want anyone to have access to those login details, let alone Microsoft. But yeah, that was our only answer. And I don't really care. I'm not going to bother testing it. I'll
wait till it comes
get it
out.
if it turns out that it's all right.
Hopefully it is. And with that, our next quest is going to be: would you visit an esports bar if it was in your area? I think I would.
Similar. Maybe not just esports bars. There's
gaming bars and stuff like that. Gaming bar in London that you went to, I'd really like to go to something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just open my own. I think I could get a lot of people to come to that.
Yeah.
I know Dan wants to go to one.
Yeah, I'd love it if there was something like that near here. But there isn't, alas.
Okay, well, with that, we're going to get into the cleanup and start off with the TGM checks, and I'll start off with M_board, and he goes, at the Games and RPG, I always forget, sorry. And he goes, hashtag TGM check, The Witcher 2 trying to finish before 3 is out. And he says, heard Amers89 mention that also. Yeah, I really need to finish that up. I'll probably do it like the month that 3 comes out. I'll probably finally finish that. God, we still need to play the adventure game more. That's so much fun.
Well, the next one is from Teflon. He always forgets to put the hashtag in, but never mind. He says, Shadow of Mordor, Robocraft, and the holy shit, hurry up, tried to get my final project done in time. So, yeah, good luck with that. He's trying to find bugs in pre-release games, kind of trying to make the game crash. And I think he has to discover new bugs that haven't been posted about.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd love to go to school and be able to play a game for homework. And make my life so much easier.
Could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he's playing, oh no, it probably is Robocraft that he's playing for it. He didn't put in Half Minute Hero, he's been playing that. Because I was thinking that was the one he put out, but Half Minute Hero is out, or been out for a while now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, well, next one, well, technically the last one is from JSS Lifelike, and he says, finally got the Dark Wii theme installed on the Wii arcade cabinet. Yeah, he worked tedious hours to get that shit running. Maybe whenever he gets it all finished, he'll definitely come on here and talk about it, because he's been working hours and hours into that and been having a blast doing it. And then he says, also watch Transformers 4, horrendously disappointing. Played Mario Kart 8 with Ampersand 9 Eastern Arrow. Can't wait for DLC for Resurgence. Yeah, I want to play as Link on a bike and shit. That'll be awesome. And
Well, next up is not a TGM check, but it's from Mechanics, and he says, we probably should have read this out earlier, at Chris MJW at the Gamesmen RPG. Be careful, Chris, as they will Nintendorize you, then enslave you to the PC Master Race.
I think he's starting to do that on his own.
Yeah, he's got £7 something in his jar to go towards his PC upgrade. It's going to take him a while, but
It'll be fun. It'll be awesome.
yeah,
And then I'll never play his PS4 again.
until Uncharted comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll probably have a PS4 before that, but that's one of those games I'll definitely want to play, because I played the other one, so we'll see. Just depending on money and Courtney getting a job, so I can have more money. But yeah, that's it for that, and we'll go into shout-outs. Chris, who do you have shout-out? Boss Wave! Okay, thank you. Dan, who do you have shout-out?
Well, obviously Chris for being on the show. Normally pause for thanks, but he's not here, obviously. M-Board, Teflon, JSS Lifelike for doing the TGM checks and the like. And I've been really quiet and ill, so I haven't got anyone in real life to shout out. Gary, what about you?
Well, in real life, Courtney...
Oh, hang on. I forgot. It was Batch's birthday, so shout out to him. Happy birthday. That's Batch from Destination Gamer, so go and check that site out and listen to their podcast.
And they got put onto Beta Wave something.
Yeah, something, yeah.
I can't remember what it is. They stream like podcasts and stuff, and they got put on there. So that's cool. But for me, definitely have to shout out the wife, Courtney, for getting me sick. It's been a fun couple of days. It's been such a wasted weekend. Other than finishing Shadow of Mordor, but I finished that in like an hour on Friday or whatever, and I finished all that up. So yeah, I haven't done as much gaming because I've just felt like crap. Steve and Ben, of course, for Mario Kart. That's always fun. Chris for being on, of course. Check out bosswave.net. And check out VGHub.net. That has the Boss Wave and us on it, and multiple other video game websites and stuff. It's awesome. Check it out. You'll find more people that you'll listen to and love, like we have. And I swear I had somebody else. Yeah, I guess that's it. So, the world. Yeah, the world. And what for the week come, where are we going to find you, Dan?
Well, as ever, I am Hardlydan almost everywhere. I am still Bumcake Avenger and Elite Dangerous. So yeah, what about you, Gary?
I think I screwed up. I don't know. Anyway, Twitter, Ampersand9, Skype, Ampersand9. I think that's wrong, actually. Now I'll have to check it out. Star Citizen, also Ampersand9, Steam, Ampersand_89, and, of course, Nintendo Network is Ampersand1289, as well as on Minecraft, which I actually haven't played in a week. Oh my god. It's crazy. Damn you, Shadow of Mordor. And then on the PSN, I'm on there every once in a while. Ampersand0289. I've been getting friends, yay! All from like G4T and stuff, so it's been awesome. But other than that, I believe it's time to clean this stuff up. So Dan, clean the diaper. I don't know.
Okay, if you want to get hold of us, there are a plethora of ways to do so. First up, we have Facebook. Just put in the Gamesmen podcast, and that'll be us. Don't forget to like the page. We have no new likes this week. If Facebook isn't your thing, you can always call the RPG hotline. The number is 412-267-RPG1. That's 412-267-RPG1. If you're mute or you don't want to do that because you live elsewhere other than this, the email address is thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com. You can do whatever you want. You know how emails work. You can even record yourself in an MP3 and then email that to us instead of calling the hotline. So yeah, do that. Someone do that, please. Our Twitter accounts, we use Twitter. Our account is @thegamesmanrpg, and we have a new follower. It's at Tony the Panda. That's Tony with an I, not a Y. And don't forget, you can also use Twitter to answer our TGM checks and hashtag TGM quests. So yeah, that's cool. If you want to actually see something, we have a YouTube channel and we're putting stuff up there quite regularly now. You can also listen to the old podcasts and the new ones. The YouTube channel is youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg. Every now and then we actually stream live stuff as well. So go and check out our Twitch stream. Hit that button to subscribe, and the URL for that is obviously twitch.tv/thegamesmanrpg. You might notice a kind of theme there. Anyway, iTunes reviews, we still haven't got any, so yay you guys for not doing anything. Thanks. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Gary, I want to go and play some Elite. I don't know about you.
You know, it's weird. Since we had to start early because of Chris, we're actually stopping when we normally start the podcast.
I know.
Oh my god. It's crazy. So that's going to do it for episode 39 of The Gamesmen. On behalf of Hardlydan and Chris, MJW, I am Amherst. We are The Gamesmen. Until next time, Dan asks,
what role will you play?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the Gamesmen RPG podcast. I don't remember how. This is episode 39. With me today from sunny England, we have Chris Williams. I'm not using this.
Hey, everybody.
Can't do boss wave. All right, now we'll start for real.
Oh no, my teapot smells of stale beer.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that.
You've had beer-flavoured tea, or you've been...
At my local pub, they do those 2-pint take-home cardboard things with a clip on the top.
Yep.
And when I got home, I decided that I would pour it into my teapot and drink it, pour that into my glasses rather than having this.
I'm going to say
they're quite tall and thin, aren't they?
Yeah.
Risk of problems. Yeah.
Yeah. Many a times have I kind of squeezed it and a load of beers come out, or dropped it, and a teapot's going to be safer.
Somebody making an espresso or something?
No, that's my kitchen tap and my kettle.
E-portable?
Yes.
Oh,
Most people are.
very posh. If you're lucky enough.
Talk about or gush over your next piece.
I don't know that. Basically, it's Star Citizen.
Whoa,
You Skype'd the fuck up there, dude.
Damn it!
You gushed all over your internet.
Okay, if you want to get hold of... Right, I did just slap my face then.
If not fully satisfied with this podcast, please return any portions for a full refund.
You Skyped up